Hey, look at that. We got 199 subscribers on YouTube.
Wow.
I know. There's one more would be at 200. Like,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous. Hey, Mary Ann Hodges is in the house. Hey, welcome. I'm setting up because I'm streaming to Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube all at the same time. I'm having to open up all these panels so that I can make sure that I see the chat. But hey, good evening. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great night. It is 9 p.m. here in the central United States. Let's see. I don't think I need to pop all these out because she actually appears on screen. Oh, let me mute that. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. All right. And we'll see if Facebook shows up in chat, but if not, I'll just pop it out like that. Let's see what happens. I don't want to hide anything. Okay. Close this screen up and make it as small as possible. Yeah, early Black Friday savings. It'd be weird if I did something like that, huh? Like had some kind of Black Friday sale. Yeah, no, I need all the money. I'm trying to get some lunch money. No sales. We're not doing sales. Whoever heard of such a thing? Okay, Mary, if you can hear me, let me know if you can hear me. I can hear me. And let me see. We'll put that chat over there like that. Okay. Yeah, so Mary's there on YouTube. Cool. Let me do a quick check and see who else is out there. There's the Discord peeps. There's the Twitch peeps. There's the YouTube peeps. Oh, Mary says yes, she can hear me. Nice. All right, then I'm going to assume that they can hear me on Twitch and Facebook, although nobody really watches on those two. It's basically YouTube, but that's all right. All right. Well, it'll just be me and Mary hanging out, but that's okay. Time to start a new section in this beautiful painting by Abraham Hunter. Absolutely gorgeous. This is, I believe it's called Golden Adventure. Um, but if you've never seen this thing before, or maybe you have one, Mary, have we? Does that name sound familiar? Mary Ann Hodges. It sounds familiar to me. I think maybe. Well, there's a relatively easy way to check. See, we just go over here, my supporters, subscribers. No, not subscribers. Let's see. Do we have any Marys? All time Marys. Order to shop item. Talk to you doing some dishes. Talked a while back. Ooh, there's Mary. Ooh, there's a lot of Marys. Mary Ann's, Mary. All right. Ooh, somebody got 5 kids. Yes. We got quite a few Marys. We're really popular with the Marys. That's awesome. All right. Well, if you have never seen this doohickey, this is a canvas window. Ooh, stream is doing weird things. If it looks weird to you, if it sounds weird, you guys know the deal. Let me know. Hit me up in chat. That way I can get it fixed. Let's see. That this is a canvas window. Really fairly simple to use. I just pull that off of there. Some people are like, how does it stay connected to the canvas? It is on here. I promise you. It is on here. Hey, who was that? Tracy. Tracy Cruz in the house. What's up, Tracy? And that is a Tracy's over on YouTube, a blue logo there. Okay, cool. But uh starting a new section here like this. Um, so what I like to do when I'm starting a section is to lay the window down on top of some canvas, and then I just cut around it, you know with with one of these here. So I just cut like that. Then we'll come over here and we'll make. And we'll make a little cut like that. See, and Tracy thought maybe I was lying, maybe I was joking when I told her like I am gonna find a moment, like in between prints, but I am gonna make it happen. I am going to be here. I am going to stream, even if it ends me. I am going to stream. So it's not like I found a stopping space or anything like that, because I mean, good God, there's like I don't know, there's like 90 orders just in canvas windows. And when you guys hear me do that sigh, please know that it's not like, oh man, I've got to help all these customers that gave me money. That is not the reason why I am sighing. It's just that there is so much work to do, and I feel bad because I'm like, I should be over there, like, you know doing work. But that is literally what I spent my entire day off since like 9:30 this morning doing, and I'm just now stopping and like, you know what? Even I've got to be like, you know what? Let's do something else. You guys ever feel like that? Okay, so now we've got our canvas all separated and whatnot. So now I'll put my ruler down, or not ruler. God, I still say ruler. It is a window. It is definitely not a ruler. Then I just give that a little press. Make sure that it's lined up. The better that this thing is lined up with the grid marks, the better your results will be. Now that I have a full unglued portion of canvas, um, now on my display that I'm watching the live stream on, Um, it breaks up and pixelates on my end. Does it look like that to you guys? If it does, there's some settings I need to change. But in the meantime, while y'all are telling me that, this is the part where I take the slider, which remember we have exposed glue now, so it doesn't actually slide. But now I get to choose what size work area in this giant thing I actually want to choose. So I think, let's see, before we get too much yellow. So I'm going to park this here. And so I'm just looking for the front edge here to be straight up and down. And then I just give that a firm press into the glue of the canvas. And then you go, well, if you're not going to paint on this side over here, well, then I'm just going to take this piece of plastic here. And actually, let's get the bigger piece of plastic. And bada bing, I'll just put that right there. There we go. So one plastic covered side, and then a side here that we're going to paint in. That's how I work that. Uh, okay. So tools that we've got for today. We got a 3D printed pin that I made. We got a four placer on one side and a single placer on the other. We've got our I call it a spade. I don't know what you call this, an adjuster, whatever. Um, I've got my super sharp pointy tweezers, box knife, which I don't need anymore. If I did need it, we've got one of my new gingerbread color theme rulers. If we weren't using the window, we would be using this. And since this is a new spring of 2025 DAC canvas, this Diamond Rush Ruler Square XW new, made for new square drill canvases, would work perfectly on this. Awesome. And then we got my putty of choice. So we'll go ahead and load up with it. And if you want to know how long this friggin' stuff lasts, like this, Sandy, when did I get this? Like I got this way early in the spring. It had to be. I started diamond painting in February, so maybe in March I got this, and this is like this is it. This is all I've used. I've been painting for what 7 months, 8 months. That's that's all I've used. Like this stuff lasts forever. I'm gonna have this thing for like 5 years. They are push-in 3D printed pins. I would have to put like a metal insert into them, into the end of them, which I don't really want to mess with. And then the cost would go up, and at that point, I might as well do resin pins and stuff like that. Um, what am I listening to? Weirdness. All right. So they are mainly just push in. Sandy, can you hand me that silk one there? So here's a green and blue silk. Um, looks nice. You can see that the color change, um, but it's just got the big hole in one end, slightly smaller hole in the other end. Um, Now what I like to do is I like to fill this with hot glue. Just fill it with hot glue, shove that placer in there, and then just let it cool down, scrape off whatever squeezes out, then it's good to go. That way, if I ever needed to remove this, it's not permanently glued in there, um, which is awesome. Uh, Here's one that is made with this is that kind of clear pink glitter. Although there's two colors on the spool, it kind of switches back and forth from lavender to pink. So when you order one, you might get one that's more lavender like this. You might get one that's more pink, and if you're super lucky, you'll get one that's like this, where it kind of fades from like pink to lavender, which is pretty cool. And then this is the gingerbread version of that same pen, made to go with the other gingerbread items, so that way you can be uh, all ready for Christmas. Oh yeah, since I am a sponsor, I got accepted as a sponsor today. Um, Emeralds and Fairy Lights kind of forgot they forgot about me. Um, there actually is a whole entire kit of gingerbread stuff. So you've got your large round rulers, and you've got square rulers. You've even got trays that my wife has not fine tuned the the lid on just yet. Um, but they're all made to go together and look quite Christmassy um, when you're painting. So we've gotten a few orders for these. I imagine as we get closer to Christmas, um, more people will want them. So now is a great time to get all your stuff. And my wife is dropping my hard work all over the floor. Awesome. Um, but we even have a gingerbread window with your red and green sliders. So you can just be all Christmased out in whatever way you like. But anyway, now that we've got our pen loaded up, we've got our pen and our tweezers, move the keyboard out of the way, and let's do some painting. Oh, hey, Debbie's in the house. Excited to see you use the frame. I am just getting started. You might have just missed the part where I just set the window down on top of the plastic, and then I use a simple box knife to just cut around the area, because you want the frame to actually sit and adhere to the glue, um, and then peel off the entire section of plastic. Um, and then when I do that, I save the plastic sheets like this here. I save these sheets. Oh, after I've got the window in place and glued down, and it's not going anywhere. It's on there. Then I choose the size work area that I want to work in. Uh, Something about like this is, I think, going to work very, very nice. You want to make sure that you set your slider up to be nice and straight with the grid lines, straight over here with the grid lines as well. And then on the section, because both sections, the entire window is now exposed glue, I'll take this and set this back down on there, just to cover and protect that from cat hair. And now I can just paint this section just like normal. I don't have to mess with washi tape. I don't Now I have to do none of that. And I have a hard, rigid frame, perfectly square to the canvas, that I can paint in. And you would just proceed to paint like normal. So I kind of prefer to start in the upper left hand corner and kind of paint my way. Oh, Charlie had to go out. Well, welcome back. You know what? Dogs got to do what dogs got to do, right? So now sometimes when I paint, I just pull whatever color. Like I've got about 20 colors in front of me on this canvas that has like 80 colors. Um, but let's see. So I'll pull like this here, and it's got a little arrow on it. And I'll just look in here and go, okay, do I got anything that's got that arrow? And I'm just looking in this part of the canvas and I don't see it. So I'll take that, I'll set it aside. Okay, what about my upside down L's? I do have some of those in there. These are the new Art Dot containers. They're about 60 to a pack. You get the small ones like that, and then you also get these big giant ones like this. I think there's 20 of the big ones and 40 of the small ones, but it's in a pack for like $30. At first, me and Sandy is my wife. If you don't know, we it's I was kind of like, whatever, but not the not the super easiest things to open. Um, but once we got used to it, like now I think we have, I don't know how many boxes of these Art Dot trays, um, but they've kind of become our go-to tray. And I have tray bricks, which I love. But the only thing that I don't like about the tray bricks is the lid stays attached, and if you're not paying attention, it is very easy to hit that lid and knock over a whole entire uh, a whole entire tray of drills, which is a very bad day for anybody who's ever done it. Hopefully, I didn't just jinx myself. Okay, I think it was just those two. Okay, so we don't need any more of those. So, as you may have noticed, I am still very careful with how I place my drills. And I'm not a super fast painter, so you probably won't see the full effect of this tonight, which is unfortunate. But I will try to stream more often so that you can catch it. But what happens is as you fill this section up, if you've ever placed a bunch of drills down and had like drills kind of in the center of an area, you put that last drill in and it kind of makes that click, that crunch, because the surrounding drills are they're glued in place basically. So that drill goes right dead in the center of all of the other drills, and what it does is it pushes the other drills out in place. So eventually the drills can only go as big as this frame. They can't go any further than this frame. So they start to compress each other. So they're forced to stay within the confines of the grid. That they can't go anywhere else. So it's hard for them to be askew or off axis. They can't really help but be square. Now, if you're sloppy when you paint, even using this tool, it will make it hard to put in your drills as the window fills up, because you'll run out of room. You'll have drills that pop out, and that's kind of your indicator that you maybe need to work on your on your placing skills. That's why it's labeled on the website as an intermediate tool. Because my first thought when I came up with this was like, man, this thing is great. I can paint faster. I can multi-place however I want. It's like all of the things that I didn't like about a ruler. I was like, hey, I just fixed them, all of them. Um, but the more that I use it, the more that I see how important it is that you be a decent placer. I hope all that makes sense, but really, it's just one of those things that you just kind of, it's it's hard to explain until you actually use it, and then you go, oh, especially if you've used, a regular ruler before, whether it's something that somebody else sells or something that I sell. If you've used one before and you've had some, like, man, now I got to paint under the ruler. When I remove it, I got to do the second half and paint under the ruler. That sucks. And uh, or you're like, man, this takes a long time because I have to keep switching colors multiple times. I have to paint the same area again. All that stuff, or I can't multi-place the way that I want. This, I mean, it's you can single place it. Um, you could checkerboard it if you wanted to, which I don't know why you would, but you could. Um, you can paint inside this thing your way, and it's going to force you to become the best painter you can be. And if you do have, some errors, it doesn't look as good as you want it to, that's okay. That's okay, because the frame will kind of force things to be fixed. All right, I think that's it of that. So I'm just gonna put that away, and we'll pull the next color, this one here. Cool. So we'll grab this. What is this? Well, we'll put that there. I always feel like that the first part of this is kind of the very slow. It's probably because I'm very slow, but there's just so much open space that it can be a little hard to find your space. Now, I think Sandy, who's been using a ruler since the early summer, or who's been using a canvas window since the early summer, she's been using it since I developed the prototype. She is going to try to use a square drill ruler. So she's going to try to use this style of ruler, and just so she can have a comparison, because while she's a big advocate for the campus window, she doesn't know what she doesn't know. Does that make sense? She doesn't have a basis for a comparison, so she's hoping to get one. And I want her to have one. I want her to, somebody ask her a question online, I want her to be able to be like, yeah, I used it, and here's what I think. Especially when you get people who are like, well, which one should I get? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Well, what kind of painter are you? Have you ever used a ruler? Do you feel comfortable with one? Are you looking to be faster but still have the same result as a ruler? Like what? But I mean, seriously, enough about that. I was like, I'm not. spend all day making stuff and then writing advertisements. I'll talk to you guys. What are you guys doing this evening? I think Tracy a couple of nights ago she was watching a one of those like Hallmark style Christmas movies, which I have now kind of made a tradition with the missus. We really enjoy it. And it's kind of fun to see like the same actors. Like, oh, this is the fifth movie this year that we've seen them in. The last one we watched was one about it was like this princess went to like Wyoming to go stay at this like holiday lodge that she went to as a kid, and like one of the hands there that the help, um, she'd fall in love with this cowboy type, and yeah, it was great. It was cheesy, but it was great. We had fun watching it. I think it was like Christmas in Montana or something like that. And the one before that was like ah I can't remember what it was. I think dude's name was Todd, but he's like an accident prone newscaster, and he like goes back home for the holidays, and everybody's like placing bets on like which bone he's gonna break and how. It's because apparently something horrible happens to him physically every time he goes on vacation at Christmas time. Ooh, that was bad. I completely misjudged that. I will straighten that up. There we go. Now we're back on track. Hey, Sandy, can you do me a favor? My phone over there, can you grab that for me? Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Oh, yeah, there we go. And Sandy is so she's decided to do coasters for all of her work friends, and so she's like racing to finish. How many sets of coasters? Because it's like what
Oh,
six coasters per person or something like
it's
that.
like 8 to 10
Oh,
per set. But no,
oh,
I'm only making one, two, three sets because everybody else, they're gonna make their own.
oh. Okay, some of them you're just giving them as a kit.
Yeah, as a kit, and they can do their own.
they can do their own, and then the other ones.
The guys don't want to do it, so
Oh, okay. None of the guys are crafty like me.
well, Ethan is going to try it, but the new guy Aaron and Scott and Phil in the lab don't want to do it. So
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. They don't have to be crafty. They can be uncool if they want. They don't have to be cool like me. If you didn't know, diamond painting is
now
the coolest hobby.
I did do this a couple of years ago with a whole other set of people, and I made every single set, and it was like about 7 sets.
Oh my goodness
Started
gracious.
in August.
Debbie, thank you so much for that, Debbie. That's awesome.
28, 30. Oh my, 24,
Very nice of you, Debbie. Thank you. Uh,
37. Who in the heck? Snowball and tuxedo. That's Sarah's. 22,
awesome.
24, 20,
Debbie, thank you so much. And see there, Debbie got a, oh, cool, a gingerbread canvas window.
Ah,
Awesome sauce. Marianne, you wish your husband would do that for you? Ah, well, you know, have you ever showed him the like some of the military stuff, or like me, like okay, my tastes are that's non-conventional for a guy at best. But I like um a lot of like the nature photos, um the nature paintings that Debbie couldn't resist. I like the nature photos. So like Abraham Hunter is like that. At first I was on like the Peggy Collins train, like with everybody. I was like, yes, Peggy Collins, absolutely. Let's go. Who else? Mrs. Butter D. What is it? Claudia somebody, and like there you may like but my tastes have changed, and like all those artists are still great, but I am now like Abraham Hunter, and you may, but like I still have three Abraham Hunters that I'm looking at right now that are still in the plastic. One of them is a discontinued one that I had to get on D Stash, and I found it. Um, a very nice lady named Betty Jagger, I think, helped me find it on D Stash, because I this was my first ever time. Like I went into the D Stash group and I joined it because I was like, maybe I need to get rid of some of these freaking canvases, because I have quite a few. I'll die before I actually paint them. Um, but I saw somebody buy this Abraham Hunter painting, and it was such a beautiful painting. And of course I went to Diamond Art Club website because I'm like, I gotta get me a copy of this painting. And then it says like discontinued. I'm like, how is it a 2025 but it's already discontinued? Like, what the heck? So I was like, I was bummed out. So I went onto the D stash and I was like, hey, I know one of these just sold, but if anybody else has another one, I would really like to have um, a, a a a diamond painting of Abraham Hunter's Morning Glory. And it was maybe about a week later. Um, One of my followers, a very nice lady and a very nice supporter of what I do, was like, "Hey, Chris, there, like click this link. There's in this D stash group. There's this lady. She says she's got one. She's willing to part with it. It it wasn't cheap. It wasn't significantly priced. Like it wasn't like scalper pricing. You know what I'm saying. But it was more expensive. Um, it was more expensive than what it was new. I got people messaging me on the side of the screen. It was more expensive than what it was new by about $20 or so. Um, which I was like, fine, whatever. I need this painting in my life. And then when she told me that it was like brand new in the plastic, never opened, I was like, I don't care what it costs, gotta have it. So now I have it.
You'll need mine.
Oh, oh, you were in the military. You tried to get him to pick up a hobby, any hobby, but he wanted. He doesn't have any hobbies, none. Like, is he like into sports? Does he watch like baseball or football, basketball, something? Is he into like curling? Or y'all from Canada? Like what? He don't do nothing. He just he just go to work and then come home and just stare off into space until it's time to eat dinner and then go back to staring off into space. Surely he does something. Come on, nobody has no hobbies because almost anything that you do could be considered a hobby. I would be surprised. You're gonna have to surprise me with that one. He ain't gonna diamond paint, but Mary's like, I won't stop diamond painting. I won't ever stop. That's great. I'd love to see that. And Tracy keeps getting kicked out of the YouTube, but I don't know if she knows that she can watch from like other places. So she can watch on Twitch, she can watch on YouTube, she can even watch on Facebook, yo. I'm streaming to all those places at the same time.
All that snow she should.
So let Tracy know that I'm live on Facebook. Apparently she had some kind of issue where she kept getting booted. It wasn't me, I promise. I wasn't booting her. But she kept getting booted. So I'm like, hey, if YouTube doesn't like you for whatever reason, you can watch in one of the other places. It's all right. I think probably later tonight I'm gonna post in my Discord. I'm gonna post on my coffee page my Discord link so that some of y'all can come and join me on Discord because that really is um, the fastest and easiest way to find me. Plus, you can go there. It's a little small family. There's like five of us right now, but sometimes we do paint alongs. We all get together and paint together, chit chat. We got a very nice lady from Hawaii. We got one from Canada. Speaking of internationals, man, I sent out my second package today ever to Germany and sent out my first ever package today to Poland. I'm like, dang, I thought that first package that I had to send to Canada was far away, and then right after that was Sweden, and I'm like, hey, babe, we international, but now we going to Australia. I sent one to New Zealand. I'll never do that again. that that junk was expensive. Like $20 did not cover it to go to New Zealand. So if an order come through for New Zealand, I'm gonna hit them back like, okay, yes, I'll send it out there, but you're gonna need some more bread, yo. New, New Zealand was when I saw that when I put in that address and I saw that price come up, I almost canceled the order. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna send it anyway. I've never sent anything to New Zealand, so I ate the cost on that one. But it was cool to see it get there, and it got there like hella fast. It was like 6 days or something like that. So I was like, all right, cool. But I have no idea why it was that freaking expensive. I'm like, damn, it might be cheaper to send something to North Korea. You're in Florida watching TV. He likes hard work and he does the cooking. See, that's the hobby right there. And yard work. There's much pride to be had in cooking well and doing some yard work. I mean, because when you cook well, like everybody admires that. I don't know anybody who, like, if you can cook well, like, nobody is going to be like, that's a lame hobby or that's not a great skill to have. Like, being able to cook well is that's just tops, right? That's just tops. And then yard work. I mean, yes, it is hard work. If you don't mind the hard work and labor that goes into it, man, when you stand up on the front porch and look out across your yard and it's looking beautiful, maybe you got the lawn stripes in there, you got that perfectly crisp cut clean edge, on the lawn and the sidewalk, and you got the pressure wash driveway, just everything just shining diamond, looking like an emerald green land from the Wizard of Oz, just beautiful green. That's I don't know. I I think that's great too. That ain't me. Somebody else does our stuff, but for the people who were into it, like, yeah. So basically, he's got it locked in inside and out of the house. Your yard looking beautiful and the food tastes good. I mean, yeah, your yard looks nice and the food tastes good. Um, well, they do pay shipping. So the way that my shipping works is that if it's in the U.S., it's $5 plus one. And what that means is that if you buy one item, it's $5 in shipping. Um, each additional item is plus $1. So not too bad. Most orders are actually just over $5. So I actually eat a little bit on just about every order. Um, but the orders that are close to me, say Kansas, Texas, Arizona, um, Missouri, Arkansas, places like that, it's just under $5. So that kind of balances out. Now, when I have to go to the extremes, like Florida or um, Maine, New York, uh, California, Oregon, Washington, places like that, it starts to stretch out into like $6. So I gotta eat a little bit there too. So it all kind of balances out. Now the international shipping, I set at $20. $20 to get to most places. Most. Now, occasionally, like that, was it the one that I sent to Sweden that was like $27 or something like that? Or was that one that went to some weird place in Canada? One of them was like $27. So we had to eat our lunch on that one. But at the same time, they also bought like $100 worth of stuff. So it was like, all right, cool. I can let that one slide. Whatever. But the international shipping, for the most part, works the same way. It's 20 plus one, and that reaches most places fairly easily. If there ever is another outrageous one like New Zealand, when I put your address in, and I'm like, oh holy crap, you're gonna get an email from me saying, all right, you got two choices. you can you can PayPal me a little bit more money, or or I can cancel your order. Like that. And I hate to be gangster like that, but oh my god, if y'all seen some of these prices, it's just it would not be sustainable to eat my lunch on some of these places that often. But I am super happy that finally, after months, um, I was able to find just the right um, shipping code that would get my packages through customs with little hassle. So uh, there's some people in the 3D printing and diamond painting community that were very very helpful, helping me out, helping me understand the shipping and how it works and how to properly classify my items so that they wouldn't get flagged and so it wouldn't have some of that ridiculous shipping costs. So I'm super thankful to those people who didn't gatekeep, because that means that I can get stuff out to more people, which is awesome. Yeah, I think for the most part my shipping is very very fair. And I just saw, like, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was dropping off some packages at the post office. Usually Sandy does that, but I happen to be going, and on the posted on the door they had, no, it was it the post office or
Post office.
UPS.
Post office.
It was posted on the door that their prices will be going up, um, for the
Temporarily till
for
like January.
yeah, until like January, just for the holiday season, because of the amount of stuff getting shipped. And I was like, okay, that's fair. And I thought about, like, okay, maybe I should do that too. If my costs are going to go up, then I should list it as, hey, my costs are going to go up, so are yours, and increase shipping by 75 cents or whatever. But then I was just like, you know what? Like, it's the holiday season. I am actually just going to keep my shipping the same, like, until shipping gets outrageous anyway. But I'm just gonna keep it the same. If you got to pay shipping for all of the other stuff that you got to get, and those shipping costs are going to go up, then the best I can do, one of the best gifts, is not necessarily a sale price, but to just make shipping fair. That's probably not the only thing I'm going to be doing, but that'll be one of the things is when you come to my website and you're like, man, I want to get some cool tools, there won't be a shipping hike. You know, it'll be the same as it always is. That's the cool thing about buying stuff that's that comes from the place where you live. I've gotten a lot of cool emails from people who see the little simple made in USA sticker that's on our packaging. Just to let you know that hey, it's made in the U.S. And before you ask, the sticker paper that the stickers that are printed on is also USA made. Now, unfortunately, the ink, nothing I can do about that. There are only a few factories in the world that make the ink, so and the printer that I use is a good friend of mine who has a print shop in Michigan. Now I could get the stickers on Amazon for like a million of them for like $5, but instead I pay him like $15 for 250 of them. Yeah, so is it more expensive? Yes, but every time I see one of our packages with that little sticker on it, it's like, oh yeah, yeah, we did that right here. Now, hopefully, by the summertime, even the filament that we use will be uh, homegrown as well, which would be awesome. Sandy over there sighing real big because she just looked at how much she still got left to do.
So filling out all these cards.
What? What do you what card? Let me see. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. So, um, my wife handwrites these cards. So these aren't printed. She's sitting right here next to me, handwriting these things for each and every package that goes out. And I told her, I'm like, we could just have the Cricut machine, like we can load a pen in it and just do it like auto pen style, like nobody would ever know because it's still written with an ink pen. You know what she told me? She was like, I would know. And she has handwritten well over 500 of those things. Yeah, we try to keep everything relatively simple. Like I would love for to like I see some of these other shops and they've got like what are those little magnet holder things you put on your canvas, the cover minders, and they've got all sorts of like stickers and knickknacks and little things that they do and give away, and I'm like, yeah, that would be cool. But then it's like the the cost goes up, raise the shipping price, raise the price of the items, and it's like, no, you came to the website because you wanted or needed a cool tool. That's what you pay the money for. So maybe one day I'll get big enough where I can, start buying filament in like crazy bulk, like pallet size, and that would lower my costs down enough so that it would be feasible to add all that stuff in. That would be cool, but for now, nope. Let's keep it simple, stupid. Although over the summer we did switch over to mostly green packing material, so we got away from bubble wrap and now we use honeycomb paper wrap, um, and like recycled, um, like this kind of gray, kind of newspaper feeling stuff that we wrap in there. Works just as well as bubble wrap. I decided that since we sell plastic, the last thing that we need to do is use a bunch of plastic to package it in. So 95% of the packaging that you receive, you can put straight into your recycling. So that was something that we put a lot of thought into. I'd rather have lower costs and a cool tool than all that stuff. Well, that's what I thought too. Like I would love to give it. Like it'd be cool. And like I've got I've got the Cricut machine, so I can make my own stickers. Like I can do all that. But like somebody made a Facebook post like 6 days ago or so, and it just it just blew up, and like I've got about 90 orders for canvas windows. And so I just print them like after work until I get sleepy and fall asleep. And I'm just like, oh my god, how am I gonna print all these? But the same thing happened when when I did my first ruler. I was also like, oh my god, how am I gonna do this? I'll fulfill all these orders, and everybody was just, they were nice and patient, and people are being, pretty patient. I'm excited that they're so excited for it. But yeah, I'm definitely in the more the cool tool camp. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'll take some, I'll take a sweet swag bag any day. Like, yeah, heck yeah, swag. All right, cool. But if I can take that money that I'd spend buying that stuff to put in a swag bag, if I could spend it on higher quality filament or more printers so that I can make stuff faster, like, I'd rather do that. And I hope you guys appreciate that thought process too. If you guys are painting along with me, what are you painting? Have you started your Christmas canvases a little bit early? I think I've got my Christmas canvas locked and loaded. Like, I know which one I want to do, but we ordered some Christmas canvases on Saturday. We ordered four of them, two each for Sandy and and I like to order the big canvases, so I don't think I'm going to do any of those for drills and chills. Not drills and chills. That's the one we just finished for jingle drills, especially because it's 6 weeks. I couldn't even finish this one, and that was 2 full months. So I think I'm gonna go with the make market canvas, or I've got a witch canvas from Diamond Art Emporium that I really like as well. Yes, yeah, it's the witch canvas with the snowman in it. Um, that one's really cool. So I might paint that one. Yeah, you can do minis. Yes, you do mini dazzles for sure. I could make it like an advent calendar and just do like the 12 days of dazzles and just do like one mini dazzle every day. Somebody said they're doing a fox. Oh, and somebody else is doing minis. That's nice. That's real nice. Oh, and Nola dropped a follow on me. Thank you very much for that, Nola. Oh, and Tracy wants to know how to find the live. I don't know. I've never looked at for my own Facebook Live. Let me see how to find it. Well, I could just click on my own profile picture. Huh. Check and see if I'm actually still live. It looks like it. Uh, Hmm. I don't really know how to tell her where it is. I mean, it just. I don't want to. I don't want to do that. Sandy, did you find me on Facebook?
I haven't looked. I was just about to.
Manage on a second device as a producer. No, we don't. We definitely don't want to do that. Huh. Hey, can somebody try to find me on Facebook just to see if I'm there? I should be. Huh. Yeah, very weird. I see that you poked me, Sandy.
Yeah, I did. I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh.
I was like, what does this do?
Oh. Oh. Okay. Yeah, no, Marion, I found that what it was, and it was totally my fault. So when you use broadcasting software to broadcast to Facebook, it shows you a like a preview, and then you actually have to click go live in Facebook. Facebook is different from anything else that automatically goes live when you go live in their streaming software. So I guess what Facebook sees is when you go live, you're broadcasting from your streaming software to like your dashboard in Facebook, but you're not sending that out to everyone else until you click go live in Facebook as well. So now I bet Sandy you'll be able to find it, which means I've been streaming for an hour and a half or whatever to nobody on Facebook, but that's okay. Mrs. Rock Music, hello, welcome. I'm doing a little bit of tech right now in that. Oh, and there I have popped up now in Facebook. All I had to do was refresh it, and now I'm actually in Facebook. Okay, cool. So now I'm actually streaming in three places: YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook simultaneously. Awesome sauce. Miss Rock Music, what's up? What's happening? Yay! And see, I thought I had live streaming on Facebook figured out, but um, that was when I was using OBS. I'm using a different software now. Well, all right. Yay! Well, that's a shame because I have a feeling somebody's going to come in here and be like, "Oh, you're that guy with the canvas window. Can you show me how it works?" And then I'll have to do that all over again. But that's okay. That's okay. Oh, and I found one that I missed. Don't you love it when that happens when you find one and you're like, "Oh, I missed that one." Okay. All right. I think I got all of the little miniature TVs. I've been watching you on Facebook. It's all I have. Nice. I wanted to tell you that I absolutely love my drills and trills tray. Oh man, finally somebody who actually got the drills and chills tray. I have heard nothing. You are the first person to let me know if you actually thought that was like a good trade. Those things were ungodly hard to make. That that wood filament, oh my goodness, is a nightmare. But I am so happy that you enjoy it. Does it feel like wood? Does it look like wood to you? I think it's one of the coolest things that I ever made. But like as as soon as Drills and Chills was over, I unpublished that from my store like with the quickness. I was like, I don't want to do one of these again. I might bring it back at a later date as like a special edition or something. But oh man. And so many people ordered them too, but you're the first one person to be like, you're obsessed with it. It looks amazing. You love the way it feels. Me too. That was the thing that like, man, that the first time that I held it in my hand, I was just like, that feels like old craggy wood. Like it feels like a natural product, even though it's made out of plastic. It just and it looks that way. Like if you didn't know what it was, you might actually be fooled into thinking that it's actually wood. It is so cool. It is one of my favorite things that I've ever made. What do you think of the inserts? Being able to swap out the different trays. Did you just choose a tray and like that's your go-to tray? Because that's what I did. I my tray that I like is the four placer tray because the four placer is like home for me. That's what I like to use. Okay, I was so impressed by the inserts. The drills line up 100% with no issues. I own so many trays and drill glides on so well on the insert. Oh man, that I'd love to hear that. I love to hear that. So I want to show you guys something. Okay, so let me look at my screen to make sure that you can see it. So you see like where is it? Like right here and right here and even in here. All these little one placers, or especially right here, all of these little small places that are kind of surrounded by drills. When you place a drill in these areas, pushes drills left, right, up, and down kind of into their position. And the more that I fill in these spaces, then I can just kind of bring them tightly together, which is what you would do even if you didn't have a window, right? This would optimally, it would still be what you would do when you don't have a window. The cool thing about the window is that the more drills you put in here, the tighter they become packed, and then eventually they'll start pushing on the frame of the window itself. And when that happens, they can't push out any further than the frame itself. And it's that pressure that keeps them lined up. Without the without the frame here, if you were off at the top, everything would get pushed down lower and lower and lower until you were misaligned. You ever seen somebody post a picture like on Facebook of their canvas and they're like, "Hey, I've been diamond painting these squares or whatever," and as I get from one side of my painting to the other, like I've run out of room to place squares. Or you notice that they've got drills like halfway over one of the grid lines, and it's just like there's no way to fix it. That will never happen with a window. No matter what, when you fill this section up with your drills, every drill is going to have a place and every drill should be in its square. So it allows you to free paint and place as you would if you weren't using a ruler or any other device. But when you get towards the end of filling up a window, you will have a completed section where all of the drills should be in their place. Should be on their square. You stay on your square, right? That's that's how this thing works. But that's also why it's really important that you do a decent job of placing in the first place. Question about the window. Is there always a few rows, looks like four to me, that would have to be filled in after lifting the window? Yes, you are absolutely right. So, and I'll show you it. Okay, get off of there. Look what you made me do. So, we'll just take this off. So, remember this edge right here. Right? So, it's this edge here. So, one, two, three, four. Four wide here. And the reason why I did that is mainly for me because I use a four placer when I place. So four drills and they'll fit perfect in there. So technically it'll be four drills along the side, four drills along the top, four drills at the bottom. Now you might think also, well, you're going to have four drills over on the right hand side as well. Not really, because I'm going to place the left hand side on top of those four. So I only have to do three sides. But yes, that is how that works. Now the good thing is that um, the drills that are above it and to the sides of it act like a incredibly firm border for placing those drills, just like the window was there. So there is no way to get around that that part. All right. Debbie W just followed, and Debbie, I think you are the my 200th subscriber on YouTube. I think. I think you are. I had 199 when I started tonight, so congratulations. 200 subscribers on YouTube. Holy crap. I'm only 800 away from having a plaque on the wall. Tell your friends, tell your dogs, tell your mom. Come and come and hang out with old Chris. Grab your diamond painting. We'll all paint together and chit chat. Uh, Listening to Spotify commercials because I didn't pay the what is it $12. But yeah, it's like they keep raising their price. It's like, are you serious? Come on, Spotify, really? Congratulations on the 500. Is that the next metric that people try to hit? Is like 100, double it to two, and then it's on to 500. I can't imagine like 500 people having interest in what I do. Now, on my other channels, when I'm playing pinball and all, like there's like I don't know, like a couple thousand or whatever, for like my pinball stuff, and like my Discord server for my pinball stuff is pretty popular and all that, but that's a completely different crowd than what diamond painting draws. I got I got popular because I play pinball, get very mad and upset um, because I suck at pinball, and then drown my sorrows in an entire case of beer, and somehow still remain standing while doing it for 8, 9, 10 hours in a row almost every night. Um, that's that's my internet claim to fame, is to be able to guzzle more beer than what most people think is humanly possible and still remain standing. And I think people just watch for the spectacle. I can't believe he's still alive. I'm interesting to listen to. Sandy, did you hear this? Debbie said I'm interesting to listen to. Okay? So despite what you think, and despite what the cat thinks, somebody out there finds me interesting. The cat doesn't like me. Oh my god, not the cat shade. Oh, oh, look me up on Facebook. like going into like my recent post, there's a picture of my cat, and she's looking at me affectionately, and it's the nicest look that she's ever given me. I need four solid ones. I'm getting out of place right there. You see that? I'm getting a little wavy. A little wavy is okay because it'll fix itself after a while. And if it doesn't fix itself all the way, then I'll just pull out my little spade adjuster, and I'll force it to be fixed. So we use this do that, and sometimes I will just do that anyway. If I just know that it's not great, I'll just go ahead, head it off at the pass, and just line it up like that. And now that one little area is nice and straight. We're looking good. Cats are fickle. Get a dog. I wanted a dog, but with all the 3D printing machines and other machinery and stuff that we have here, just we kept boxers for many years, many years, and absolutely loved them. Best dogs in the world. If you don't have a boxer, get a boxer. I'm standing on business on that one. I don't care about your labradoodle. Get a boxer. Um, add to your collection of the dogs. Soon you will only have boxers. um, but there's just no way. So I was like, you know what? I really need a friend. I need a friend, and I'm like, I've had cats before when I was younger. Cats are nice, and apparently I chose. Okay, I'm gonna show my age here. Does anybody remember Cheers? Okay, does anybody remember Darla from Cheers? Okay, Darla from Cheers. That's the cat that I have. The cat that I have is Darla from Cheers. Just as friendly in every way. I'll tell you what. If she'll let me do it, I I will risk. I will risk this beautiful face to show you. Oh, oh, she's got that look. Hey, kitty, nice kitty. Please don't bring the knives out. Oh, oh, you're warm. Okay, okay, yes. Calm down with the knives. Calm down with the knives. Oh, okay. You got to be careful when I sit down with her because if I jostle her, then she gets scared and then the knives come out. Oh, oh, yeah. She is. She is looking at me with a look that says, "I'm about to murder you." You might not be able to see it on my face, but I am extremely nervous holding this cat because she is fully clawed and they have not been trimmed since we got her. So she has full blades, but she's also a mouser. So, and she does a fantastic, fantastic job, and she loves showing us her day's work. Okay, okay, time for you to go back. Okay, okay, yep, yep, you got it. Oh, oh, okay, yeah, all right. There you go, and she's off. Yeah, nah, she ain't coming back. She's a sweetie. Well, uh, yes, if you think so, she is a cold blooded killer. She will kill at will and right in front of you and just look at you like what are you gonna do about it? I'm just like, hey, it's your mouse. You caught it. She has an extremely high prey drive. She doesn't play with toys at all. Just has no interest. But let a moth come in the living room and she will climb the walls trying to get to it. She'll jump up in midair and bring it down. She will do what it takes. Like hunting things is her pastime. If she's not sleeping, she's looking she's looking for something. But on the other hand, when she's not on one of her murderous rampages, she freaking loves Sandy, like to the point of like annoying the crap out of Sandy. She just wants to be like, just wherever Sandy is, like she wants to be there. That doesn't matter. In the bed, she there. Sitting on the couch, right up in her business. Trying to diamond paint, she's on the table. Like just like go away, cat. But for me, trying to call her like, here, kitty, kitty, come here, I'll pet you. She just look at me like, you got to be serious. You can't be serious. She's a pretty cat with big yellow eyes, and I mean, which is why I got her because I'm like, oh my god, she's beautiful. But she is definitely not in the Chris fan club, that's for sure. But that's all right. You don't have to like everyone. Not everybody likes me. That's all right. Ooh, nah, don't need that. True. We just paid $400 to replace the drain pump in the washing machine, and it's only a $25 part. And I've done it myself before, but I'm getting too old to crawl around on the wet floor, on the hard tile floor, trying to change out a pump. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pay somebody. Screw it. You ever feel like that where you like you know how to do something, but you're just like, I don't feel like it. I'm just gonna pay somebody else to do it. I feel like that's how half of the business in the world gets done. It's not because somebody doesn't know how to do it, it's because they don't want to do it. The outdoor stray pays your rent by mousing. Yeah. Those are her gifts. Yes. Yeah, she has brought us a lot of freaking gifts. Yeah, for sure. A lot of gifts. Oh my god, so many gifts. So many gifts. Oh, where did my chat go? Oh, okay. I was like, what the heck? Where did it go? All right, cool. See anyone else working on a painting? You're working on a kit from Crayola? Cra- Cra- Over Laura? I hadn't heard of that one before. What's it a painting of? Cool, 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 cool. All right, awesome, awesome. Now sometimes you'll hear me go quiet for some stints. Don't worry. Remember, diamond painting is calming and a reflective craft and project that you can do. So sometimes a little bit of silence is exactly what you want and need. So you will find that occasionally I might go quiet, not to worry. If I look up and see that you've asked a question, I'll happily talk to you. We're just going through here, checking to see did we get them all. I think we did. Yep. Now I am much slower painting when I'm making a video. I think just about anybody is, with the exception of freaking painting sparkles. I have no idea how. Like, oh my god. As far as an ASMR diamond painting video is concerned, like that's some elite level editing and video production right there. That mess is beautiful. They're based in Canada. I'm working on a pastel Christmas kit. Oh, nice. Okay. You see, you're getting in the Christmas spirit already. That's awesome. Now, see, I hate it when that happens. I saw one and I was like, ooh, I missed that one. Ah, there they are. I had lost track of where these were. I was like, I know, I just saw them. Some of y'all might have seen on Facebook that I nearly broke my neck and my toes a couple of days ago. Uh, there was a um, basically a frost coming through um, that signals basically the end of the growing and harvest season here in Oklahoma. As I like get down into the 20s, low 20s, freeze everything out. Let the faucets drip, preparing for broken pipes. That kind of freeze. And so I was like, okay, I guess it's time to light the floor furnaces. We have a floor furnace. We have one in the living room, which like the back wheel of my chair is actually sitting on top of. So right now it's off because it was like 75 degrees today. Um, that's Oklahoma for you. Killer frost on Monday, 75 degrees the next day. But so I lit the floor furnaces, no problem. And it was late at night. It was probably like I don't know 2 in the morning or something like that when I got the floor furnace in the living room lit, and then the one in the hallway. And the one in the hallway, I got to get down like on my hands and knees, like on my belly, light a match on the end of a metal stick, put it down in the hole, and turn the gas on with a little key. If you're old like me, you'll remember this. And then light the pilot light, and then use another key to to light the actual furnace itself. You get the big whoosh and the heat that comes up in your face, and then you smell burning dust for the next few hours. It's a fantastic experience. Uh, um, but I must have forgotten how late at night it was and how tired I was when I lit the furnaces to take the little key that turns the gas valve out of the grate, and that little key sticks up mm, about an inch and a quarter above the grate. Well, the next morning at about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, I found that grate. I found that key with my toes. I kicked it hard, like like I was punting a football, kind of hard. It, it to say it was painful, understatement. I tripped, almost slammed my head into the hallway closet ledge. Um, Felt like I was gonna break my neck. I thought my toes were gonna freaking come off. I thought they were broken for sure. Thankfully, that they're not broken. Um, it was just extremely painful. So called into work on Monday, told the boss man what had happened, and he was like, "Yeah, you're not gonna be able to stand up." So he was like, "All right, cool." And then Monday night, I called him. I was like, "Yo, I mean, I feel better. I don't think they're broken, but like standing on them all day on Tuesday, probably not. Probably not gonna happen. Like I'd be good for maybe 2 or 3 hours, and then after that, it would start getting painful." So he was like, yeah. And when you come back on Wednesday, when you come back to work, just use a chair whenever you start hurting, you can sit down in the chair, because my job requires me to stand for like 8 9 hours a day, out on the sales floor, because I'm a licensed optician here in Oklahoma, and the more that because he wanted me to describe to him, how I felt and all. The more I described to him about like the chipped toenail that I have, he was just like, "Yeah, don't worry about it. I already called in somebody to replace you tomorrow as well, so it's fine." And I was just like, "Okay." And then Wednesday was my normal day off. So Tuesday, it sucked to have to take Tuesday off, because that was a time and a half day because of the holiday. So I lost that time and a half, which was like, that sucks, but whatever. So if you're thinking about purchasing something from the store, please help your boy out. go pick you up a cool tool. Coffee.com/the diamond brush. Help me out with that lunch money. But I'll go back to work tomorrow, and then I'll be off on Friday. Tomorrow is Thursday. Yeah, so I work tomorrow, and then I'm off on Friday, I think. All right, I think I'm done with all those. Do we got any? We got any straight up slashes? I don't think so. No slashes. I see two, threes, and fives. Oh, we do have slashes. Yeah, buddy. In my Discord, we're doing a Christmas in November buddy paint where people work on Christmas theme kits. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, cool, cool. Yeah, having people to paint with is that completely changed my like I like group activities, and so that was the only thing that kind of bummed me out about diamond painting as a hobby. But then I was like, surely thanks to the internet, like there's got to be people out there who like you know screen share or something like that, like a Zoom call in Discord. And so I started like searching YouTube channels and like Twitch channels to see if I could find anything, and I found this one YouTube um, where they were doing it. I was like, yes, it is a thing. Okay, cool. Not a super popular thing, but it is a thing. Like, all right, cool. So I was like, well, I already have a Discord, but I guess I'll make one dedicated to the Diamond Brush. But nobody knows about it because I don't really. I suck at advertising. So there's only like five people there. All right, I think I got all those. What's ASMR? I don't know what that acronym stands for, but basically there are people out there who have a very positive response to um, to particular sounds. Like it gives them like a dopamine hit to hear certain sounds or certain wavelengths of sounds. So some people just love the sound of like when you peel the plastic off of something like a big sheet of glass or a plexiglass or something, and you get that kind of stretchy plasticky pull thing, kind of like when you buy a new TV and you have to pull the plastic off of it, or like the what's another one. um some people love the sound of like cloth, like that kind of staticky sound of cloth rubbing together. They love the sound of that. It gives them something in their brain, something in their ears. They're just like, yeah, that's the sound. That's what I like. I don't know how else to describe it like that. I'm not big into like ASMR kinds of things. That's not really me, but I get it. There's things that I do mindlessly without really thinking about it that just are very calming or pleasurable to me. Um, yeah, like I said, I'm horrible at advertising, but let me let me see. Give me uh let me see. So I gotta move some stuff around. Edit profile, switch accounts. Diamond Brush server. Edit the invite link. Never expire. Generate a new link. Copy. And since you guys are all on YouTube, just paste that in there. There you go. And I'll paste it in the Twitch one as well. And we'll go over here to Facebook. Oh, we got comments on Facebook. What's up? Facebook peeps. Yo. Yo, Facebook peeps. Okay, so Facebook does not show up. The Facebook chat doesn't show up um, in Meld. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. I can. Okay, so let's pop out Facebook chat. Do I already have a Facebook chat popped out? Where is it? There it is. Cool, cool. Hey, you did just join. Awesome sauce. Thank you. Um, cool, cool. Hey, Facebook people. How you doing? That's awesome that Facebook is here. Give me a moment to holler at my Facebook peeps. Okay, just to let them know. Carrie Costello, hey, she's from Oklahoma City. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Yeah, heck yeah. Hello to everybody. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get Facebook in the mix. But over on Facebook, Carrie wants to know how does the frame work. Awesome. I'll be happy to show you. Let me alt tab my Facebook comments over here so that I can see them. All right, cool. Okay. Playing with slime, sand, wood blocks, brushing sounds. Yes, when it comes to ASMR, yeah, all kinds of stuff. Um, although you got to be careful when you're when you're searching ASMR. People mm, people like all kinds of sounds. So and all kinds of things make sounds. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But to just you know Yeah. So Carrie wants to know how the frame works. Okay. Well, first of all, you can find out how it works. Go into the product page at coffee.com/slash the diamond brush. You go to the page there. Um, uh, Under the canvas window, and there'll be a 12-minute video there talking about exactly what it is, why it is, and how it works. But simply, um, it it works by making a firm border that drills cannot be displaced out of. So by keeping the drills contained in a predefined space that is perfectly sized to the grid itself, means that as you fill this up, the drills naturally become tighter and tighter, packed together until they can't move or go anywhere. So they're kind of forced into alignment the more drills that you place inside of the frame. And this little white bar here allows you to adjust the size of the work area. The canvas window, the frame itself, is about 2.5 sections, 2.5 4x4 sections worth of canvas. So it's about, because the standard section is 4x4, so it's 2.5 of those. So it's pretty large. Now, usually I paint this um, without this slider. I just paint the entire 2.5 sections all at once. It feels like it takes forever to do, but it's actually about 30% faster than using a standard ruler to paint using a canvas window. The trick with the canvas window is that in order to get that kind of speed, you need to be a decent placer, right? You can't just be super sloppy. Um, but this is this is considered a standard ruler, right? So about 3 drills wide is what it'll hold. The reason why the window is faster is because I can multi-place 4 drills in any direction, or heck, I could multi-place 10 drills if I wanted to. It wouldn't really matter. Like if you like to multi-place with, say, this big boy, right? You could only do that vertically. That's not always going to work. With this one, I could any direction that I want. It doesn't matter. Um, Also, with the canvas window, I don't have to remove this and then paint um, the empty spaces that are left behind by this ruler. Also, this ruler has to be perfectly sized to that particular canvas that you're using. So you might need a ruler for new canvases. You might need a ruler for canvases from a few years ago. You might need, um, a ruler for this particular company's canvases and stuff like that. This slider here just allows you to adjust in one dimension, in this case left or right, the spacing of how far apart the drills are, so that your drills fall perfectly in line with the size of the grid. Now you might say, oh well, that's great left to right, but you could also do that vertically as well. So this is a much longer. So now I could, only paint in this section and then move it up and paint another section here and another section here. If I wanted to paint that direction, I could do that as well. And each window comes with a long and a short slider, and that is what allows you to adjust to your liking the area that you want to paint in. But mainly, how this thing works um, is a physics and math equation. But just know that the more that you fill this up, the drills cannot leave the frame, so they can't spread beyond the border. So they're forced to stay tightly packed together the more that you fill it up. But in order for that to work correctly, you have to set most of your drills down um, in the correct spot. And if you don't, as you get closer and closer to filling the window up, the harder it will become to place your drills properly because you'll run out of room. You'll have drills that will pop out, or some drills just won't go into their spaces. So the better you do at the beginning, painting with this thing, the better your end result. So over time, this will teach you um, how to be a fast and efficient diamond painter. And maybe one day you won't need this. Or maybe you'll find it comforting to have this because you can paint at speed, knowing that as long as you are at least halfway paying attention, you're going to come out with a really good result. That means that your painting is less stressful because you're not stressing out as to whether things are lining up straight. Yeah, how to do with that description, Mary? Tried to do it relatively quickly. It is kind of hard to describe this. It really is. It's a if you painted with a ruler before, and maybe you discovered, oh well, I bought a ruler and I didn't like it because it's limiting or it slows me down. I have to paint under it. I have to switch colors so many daggum times. If those are your issues with rulers, those issues do not exist with a canvas window. Oh, so what was that talking about? Oh, yeah. So I've been off work for like the last 3 days because I stubbed my toe on the furnace key in the hallway. So yeah, and I just got accepted today as a sponsor for Drills and Chills. So that means on my next day off on Friday, which I think is the start of Drills and Chills, is it Friday the 15th? Probably. Well, today is what, the 12th? Thursday 14th. So Saturday the 15th, I believe, is the start of Drills and Chills. So on Friday, Jingle Drills. Yes, Jingle Drills. There's too many events. There's too many. Jingle Drills, my bad. Um, I'm gonna have to like figure out some sort of special thing that I could make. Um, it certainly won't be wooden trays again. It won't be wooden trays again. But I didn't develop anything like super new because I was like, oh, because I sent in my sponsor form a little late because I was so exhausted from like fulfilling all of the orders from Drills and Chills that I was like, I do not want to be a sponsor again anytime soon. I'm like I'm done for now. Like catch me on something in the spring. But then everybody was like, "Well, you're gonna sponsor. You're gonna do that. You're gonna do this, right?" And I was just like, "Really? Y'all want me to do it again?" Like, all right. So Well, hello there in Discord. I see you. Ah, it's Mystical saying hi. Heck yeah. But people are like, absolutely, you should do it again. It's so much fun. So I'm like, all right, I'll do it again. And what had happened is, it's not that I wasn't accepted. They just, in the hullabaloo and all that, they got so much to do for these big huge events and stuff. So for Dringo Drills, because my sponsor form kind of came in kind of late, they just kind of forgot about me. And hey, that's all right. Hey, believe me, I understand. You get busy and you got a million things going on. Yeah, stuff gets lost. So I was like, all right, well, I can send you something out. It'll probably be next week. Man, they love these Black Friday deals at Lowe's. They ain't playing. They love them. Let's see here. Ivy Pearl was gonna say something, but message retracted. I don't know. I guess maybe she decided not to say something. That's all right. Yeah, Mary, I'm super happy to to be sponsoring again. It's a big job, but I I enjoy it, and I like making cool stuff and being creative. I like being creative, and I like it when people enjoy the things that I make. So that's all that all that stuff's cool. Let's see. See, these K symbols are really they're now I've got like a pair of like really strong reading glasses that I prefer to use for diamond painting, but I need to be able to see my screen in front of me so that I can read chat and all. And in those readers, if I look up away from the canvas, like my eyes just want to cross in a weird way, so I can't see very well. So I just make do with my no line bifocals. All right, I think that's most of the K's. Call that good for now. But I need to paint in like some of these threes and fives. That's a big, huge section there. Do I got any twos? Yeah, I got some twos on here. Oh, and I got some Y's too. Cool. Let's see if I can power through these with the quickness. We'll see. Ooh, the snap on that one was good. I snapped into that one like a Slim Jim. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. It's like, curse you, Abraham Hunter, and your confetti that looks so beautiful when it's done. Abraham Hunter is the J Wall of nature paintings. All right, looks like I'm done with the twos there. That was a short one. 12:38. Oh my God, what time is it here then? Oh, it's 11:40. God, it's almost time for Betty by even for me. All right, well you have a great night. Thank you very much for hanging out with me, Mary. I appreciate it. Yeah, I will certainly see you next time. I'll try to make it not so long that I can get on here and make a video about something. The next video that I do will probably be revealing whatever Christmas canvas I'm going to attempt to do for Jingle Drills. And then along with that, I'll probably be revealing my sponsorship activities for Jingle Drills as well. So that will probably be sometime this weekend. So stay tuned for that. Oof, that was horrible. I do better than that. All right, there we go. I got to go around here. I got to find all of the Y's. I feel pretty good about that. I think I got them all. You had a good time. Congratulations on 200 subs. Hey, thank you very much. I'm very proud of that. Super excited about it. So it's man, yeah. It is pretty cool when I think about it. Like, oh man, 200 is a lot. It's compared to my other YouTube channels that have like 9 subs. Like 200 is a dang lot. So yeah, I'm super happy about that. Look at this, yo. Look at this. I'm gonna show y'all this. Look at this. This is how they came out of the bag. You see all that red in there? Look at that. I didn't do that. That's crazy. Let's see. No, not that one. What's that? Think I got all of those. Cool. And remember, guys, just in case you missed the stream, if you have questions about about the stream, about the Discord, or about my coffee store, where I offer tons of fantastic diamond painting tools for you to choose from, you're welcome to send me a message. And I also ask that if you like what I do here, you like hanging out, chilling with me, then leave a like, give me a subscribe, help me get to the next level, which apparently is 500. that would be crazy to get there, but um, yeah. And if you have a suggestion for something that you'd like to see, um, let me know that too. I only want to get better at making content for YouTube, which is just hard to do. Making content for pinball, I mean that's hard too, but over the years I've gotten pretty darn good at that. So practice makes perfect. Let's see here. Hmm. There is a lot of these now. A lot of threes. we are getting close to my favorite part of working with the window, and it's it's towards the end when things start getting crunchy because it starts letting you know how good a job you did with your placing. Whew. Oh boy. A lot of threes all through this middle section. Why do I need a 32-inch touchscreen monitor on my refrigerator? Oh, it's got recipes on it. Is your refrigerator right next to your stove? Like the only thing that's good for is impressing guests with your ability to spend ridiculous amounts of money on d- dumb stuff. There you go. That's my hot take for tonight. If you don't, if you disagree that a 32-inch touchscreen TV is important on a refrigerator or isn't important on a refrigerator, you let me know down in the comments. I mean, I know there's people out there who buy them because they've been in stores for like, God, what, 7 or 8 years now at least. So they wouldn't keep making them if people weren't buying them. But who are these people? Are you one of these people? And if you're a retail salesperson, like, please convince me. Convince me why I need this in my life, because I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's cool. Do I think it's necessary? See, something being cool and something being necessary is two different things, right? Like a 2,000 horsepower Cadillac, very cool. Necessary? Absolutely not. Yeah, starting to fill in nicely. So let's fill in some fives and then we'll call it. There's quite a few fives. You hear that snap there, right there? Snapped into place in between the drill and the border there to keep everything perfectly straight and lined up. If this was not here, then the drill would have pushed this way out into the open area instead of pushing the drill this way up against the other drills. That's what keeps them tightly packed together. It is a lateral projection of force due to compression. Basically, this means when you press something into place, it pushes or it exudes force laterally away from the center of the place it's being compressed. See? Physics. Yay, physics. Sometimes I get so wrapped up in this I forget to talk. All right, I think got all of the fives. Nice. And we're right at 3 hours. Awesome sauce. Cool, cool. Now, if I didn't have to go to work tomorrow, then excuse me, I would probably finish this because there's so that there's not a whole lot of spaces left. Like ah, I kind of want to see it done. Mm, I do see some more fives that I missed though. See, and there's a three there that I missed, a two that I missed. Like you're just gonna miss some stuff. There's nothing you can do about it. But all right, guys, that's 3 hours for me. That is plenty. There is always tomorrow night. so so thank you very much for hanging out with me. I'm glad you could hang out with me. I met some new friends, Miss Rock Music, Marianne Hodges. Thank you very much. I think there were a couple of oh yeah, Debbie's in there as well. So thank you very much, all of you, for hanging out with me this evening, and I hope to see you again real soon. So peace and have a great night, y'all.